Короче, играем в игру, угадай, куда сесть в Фрости Касл. Да, готов.
Слушай, а мы же пошли вместе со всеми, блядь. Что-то, блядь, я не смысл.
Не-не, вы... Конечно, Фрости, блядь, все, берут.
Чел пишет, вот это уебало.
Пик-бум бежит, пик-бум бежит. Ай, да наш.
Не, нормально, 4 монет, ну квест.
Он справа пак, слышь, го переедем.
Блин, мне палец уже затек, это с непривычки.
Вон, смотри, бегу.
Ух ты!
Я слишком отошел.
Ох, ебать.
Понял.
Не, я, может, тебя побегну.
Я тебя не возьму.
Вот жаба, короче. Я вам предлагаю.
Соло? Или как это?
Да,
В соло, в смысле, в соло таргет или в соло в пати?
да, соло таргет. Ну, там похож.
Я хочу с лекарем.
Лучше будет.
Давай, попробуем.
Хотя бы на краску что-то ближе.
Я с Вадей.
Как раз.
6800.
Получилось. 15
Где-то
поставить.
200, да, надо?
15 поставить.
Фиксит, брат, или что?
А где ты?
210.
Я только от тянки вышел там. Сейчас в ГВ старт, сейчас нахуй на ГВ дойду.
Не знаю, с первого хэппи пати дома.
Тристок. Кто мне с 300 мог дать на первом, блядь, 20 минут сервера?
Да бегай возле меня, блядь, бегай. Просто я-
Нас тут давят на респект. Я тоже против.
Это говно полное, пошли на бейт. Слева два.
Улетаем? Донатор.
Что, визор? Серьезно?
Это донатор.
А как тут задонатить?
А можно?
Никак вообще.
За него есть способ.
Шляпочная, слушайте. Шляпочная это хорошо.
Куда?
Таузен.
Ну, 6 минут.
не показал никаких он сам настроился, что хотел получить этот опыт на сцене, потому что на сцене не слишком много играл. Но вообще команда, да, очень дружная. Ну, просто каждый знает, что у нас одна цель, я не знаю, и каждый просто ценит, дорожит.
Ну, вы кайфуете от игры, это видно, это заметно, это классно. G2 завтра, Best of 5. Я вообще не помню, когда вы с G2 последний раз сыграли. Точно не, точно не в этом составе. Вообще в Best of 5 против такой команды. Вот, ты вот понимаешь, что вы будете фаворитами? Вас все после того, что вы 2 дня здесь творите, будут стать бешеными фаворитами. И французы бедные там сидят в отеле, вообще не понимают, что с вами делать. Как вы будете к этой игре подходить?
Мы также подготовимся, как Астралис, Кирилл с Андреем полностью изучим. Обсудим маппики. Все-таки эта команда как черная лошадка. Никто не ожидал, что они войдут в финал. Может, о нас тоже так никто не думал, но все-таки это опасный соперник, как видите. Они Fnatic сегодня выиграли. Возможно, тоже нету публики, они как-то играли более в свою игру в такой атмосфере. Но мы просто также подготовимся. Может, у нас и есть какое-то преимущество, может, кто уже посчитал фаворитами, но для меня это такая же игра, как с Астралис и Слипит, потому что может произойти всегда что угодно, так как у нас новый состав. Но мы будем стараться, и мы будем также играть на максимум.
И удачи вам в финале, надеюсь, кубок привезете. Все, спасибо.
Очень мудрые слова Тимпла. Я уверен, что G2, конечно, хоть и Нави разваливают 2 дня, явно к финалу не подойдут в своем собственном статусе, что они не знают, что делать. Я уверен, они будут к этому матчу готовиться. Мы же готовимся к выходу команд на сцену, друзья. Очень скоро в сподеке уже на финал будут выходить и Нави, и G2. Как вам настрой Тимпла на финал?
Такой же, как и на все матчи. Он правильный. То есть, может быть, они и почувствовали силу какую-то, но он это тоже сам осознает, потому что он никогда, в принципе, Нави никогда не обыгрывали, не остались ни Литву в такой манере. То есть какая-то сверхуверенность она как бы есть, но он понимает, что это финал, то, что в финале, неважно там, кто андердог, кто фаворит, история много раз об этом может напомнить. И опять же, Нави понимает, что это Best of 5, и G2 та команда, которая, помимо Астралис, на самом деле, единственная, которая в Best of 5 может составить конкуренцию из всего плей-офф, по факту. То есть у Нави Пермбан Вертига, да, G2 играет хорошо. G2 Оверпас, да. И то есть в итоге мы получаем 5 карт номинально, которые сильны у обеих команд в той или иной мере. Реально. И поэтому Саша тоже так он как бы осторожно, я считаю, сказал, что может произойти что угодно, хотя в душе он думает, что они фаворит.
Ну, это первый раз вообще, когда Нави подходит фаворитом. Вот в этом турнире. С Fnatic они были не фавориты, там чуть.
Ну, они не могли быть фаворитом, потому что они просто не
Да, и вот первый раз, главное, что я думаю, они понимают, да, что настроение, надо серьезно полностью отыграть. Но правильно сказал по поводу Ламбула, но все же, мне кажется, он чуть-чуть подходит больше Нави. Да? То есть все карты все играют, но то, что мы видели, если будет взять, да, на бумаге ту же форму, что Г2 показали, Нави, мне кажется, Нави все равно преимущество в плане.
Ну, не в мапуле.
Не, ну не
Смотри,
Мапуле,
топовые
да.
карты обеих команд совпадают, я к этому.
Да,
Для Нави преимущество по пуле то, что G2 не играет оверпас, который пока у Нави под сомнением.
Да,
То есть
да.
это не
Ну,
самая
это,
уверенная
ну, это
карта.
не особо, да, решает.
Ну, это такое минимальное
Он есть
преимущество.
так же, как отсутствие вертига. Тут вопрос, кто возьмет этот даст. Я думаю, он во второй волне все-таки залетит, да, пиков. То есть первыми.
У нас, да, будем взяли
выход,
да, у нас выход команд на сцену.
Давай угадаем.
Я считаю, что...
Я уже могу
давай,
не
ладно,
угадывать, я
потом.
вижу уже, какие карты у
Мне
нас
кажется,
есть. Но сначала давайте посмотрим, как у нас Натус Винсера и G2 выходят на сцену сподек арены.
Welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters 2020 Katowice Grand Finals, and we've reached the pointy end. It's time to see the two teams still standing.
Отправляется на сцену G2. Капитан команды идет одним из первых. Ну и, конечно же, Кеннис, да, это игрок, который долгие годы является, наверное, одним из лучших французских игроков. Зайву начал понемножку его теснить, но вот начало этого года для Зайву не складывается, а у Кенниса все замечательно.
Да, безусловно, Кеннис — это легенда французской сцены, это человек, который добился гигантских успехов и демонстрирует стабильность уже, не знаю, лет 10, наверное. До CSGO был значительной фигурой на своей французской сцене.
Он же в Сорос, да, был жестким?
Да, и вообще принципиальность этого матча, она, как по мне, немного еще можно возвращаться к Starladder Major, где как раз-таки Нави не выпустили в плей-офф команду Crazy, за которую тогда играли Nexa и Hunter. Потому что это два человека, которые кардинально изменили G2, которые научили французов в этой команде абсолютно другой игре, которые привили свой стиль. Для них это хороший шанс отомстить, потому что до этого встречались там в групповых стадиях они с Нави уже в составе G2, но это немного не то. Сейчас все-таки финал, где можно нанести еще более болезненный удар команде, которая видела тогда.
Да, тогда на мажоре Нави отскочили, на самом деле. Они проигрывали что-то Инферно, проигрывали.
Да.
Потом Саша там с Эликом собрались.
Ну а вот Саша и Эликс выходят сейчас на сцену в составе команды НАТО Спинсер, естественно. Команда, которая пока что в этом плей-офф не проиграла ни одной карты. Но в отличие от G2, она проиграла на этом турнире одну серию, поэтому...
Ну что ты, да, на меня внимание, ясно.
Ты что?
Что ты, мать, не слышу, блядь. Кажется, что... Нет, 4. Извините. О, я же пиво купил, блядь, сюда, быстро, на.
Что ты купишь?
Бля, я хочу посмотреть, что ты писала. Ты запарила, кто тебе, блядь, игнорит? Кто тебя не игнорирует? Я, блядь, смотрю, финал нахуй готовится, блядь, Динаю выиграли, ты смотришь? Бля, не слепила лучше. Что осторожно?
Really great. We have been working a lot and it's paying off for this tournament, so we are really happy about it.
For people who are watching around the world, what message do you have for them for what we're about to see?
Well, I know that every fans never managed to get into the arena, so we think about you. We know that it's a passion and you never managed to be here. It's unfortunate, it's no one's fault, but for the one watching, enjoy the show because it's going to be a really good show.
It is going to be a good show, and this side of me is simple. What was said to you after yesterday, both online, and I saw you applauded back into the hotel. What was said to you after yesterday's performance?
We played our best game, so that's why it was more easy for us yesterday.
It was said to me a couple of times by people that maybe you had peaked in the semi-finals. Yesterday you peaked and you wouldn't be able to do it again.
I don't know. I'm not thinking about this. I mean, it's not our peak yet, and this final is just another great experience for our new roster and the chance to get this trophy.
Are you telling me we might be able to see more from this Na'Vi lineup?
Yeah, of course, but it's just 2 weeks of practice, so be ready for next month.
Wow, 2 weeks of practice, and that's what we saw yesterday. Shake hands if you want, guys. G2 against Na'Vi. Wherever you are in the world, put your phone on mute, strap in, and in the words of Marvin Gaye, it's time to get it on.
G2 taking on Natus Vincere right here for a best of 5. Both of these teams have made a really strong case for making it to this trophy.
Yeah, the hurdles that these teams have had to come over are different, right? For the G2 side of things, they have a lot of inexperienced players up on this stage. Na'Vi, Shaw, Boomich, and Perfecto, they haven't played too many stage matches, but the other three, they've been doing it for a while now. If G2 can perform the same way that they have, keep that composure, keep that structure, and the individuals didn't shy away from any battles that we saw in any of the games so far, this one here could be an absolute banger.
I think you're spot on when you say that it could be an absolute banger, but we need to see the players step up to the occasions. We need to see G2 go out and do what they do the best, and that is play aggressive Counter-Strike, proactive Counter-Strike, and constantly apply pressure towards Na'Vi. Simple has been playing hearts out, some of the best Counter-Strike we probably have seen a player ever play in such a tournament, but if you can shut him down with being aggressive, then G2 got a long way right there.
I've said this a lot of times. Simple is the greatest player to ever touch the video game of Counter-Strike. I'm going to stand by that probably until the day I die, because this man right here, what I see him do in the server is absolutely nasty. He makes everybody else look foolish. He doesn't shy away from anything. Important factor that Alex was talking about during the view segment was, as an individual, he now has a team behind him that he believes in, and I think we're seeing that in the way that they approach the game. He's having faith in his teammates, and that's helping them get to this point.
There is a counter to Simple, though, and he's called Kenny S. He's seemingly playing some of the best Counter-Strike we've seen Kenny in many, many years. We knew him to be one of the best players, one of the best AWP players to ever touch the game. He's been in a bit of a down period there, I said. He hasn't been up to the same standard. At IEM Katowice 2020, Kenny S has been looking at his best. He could be the guy that could potentially shut down Simple. And if G2 want to win this final, they need to shut down Simple.
And it seems like when Kenny got the newer, younger teammates, it was kind of like a revitalized version, almost like a resurgence, if you will.
Yeah, well, having an international roster come in, you have players like Nexter and Hunter who would have been watching Kenny for years when he was at top of the game. You look up, that's Kenny S. I'm in the server now with one of the greatest AWP players of all time. That is something, you know, which I would follow him into battle any day of the week. So having that understanding as a team, having faith in everyone, they've really bought into this project. Malik has done a fantastic job of molding this G2 team into what we see today.
Yeah, fantastic work here from both coaches, even if you think about what impact that they've had in short amount of time. We heard it from Simple there. It's only been 2 weeks of practice. We'll see you next month. That's some scary words.
That are some scary words. It's indeed the coaches, it's the in-game leaders of these two lineups as well. We got to talk about Nexa. We got to talk about Boomich, right? None of these players half a year ago were considered by any means, you know, great in-game leaders, but what they've done to each of their respective teams so far at IEM Katowice has been super, super impressive. Nexa is playing like a superstar while he's still calling the troops around, whereas for Boomich, he's been stepping it up. He's not really known to be a star player on the server, but he's been playing like one as a recency. So if he can keep up that level, then we got another nice little duel to look out for. Kenny S against Simple, of course, but Nexa going up against Boomich, that's a good one as well.
Guys, we have Nuke. Then we're going to Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, Train. Should we need them all? Where are you going when it comes to these predictions?
Look, I think Na'Vi is going to take this series. I have faith in this team. I think that what they've been able to create in a short amount of time is something remarkable, and I think that firepower can't be stopped. They get to start on the CT side of Nuke here. There's no better place to start as individuals with this kind of firepower.
I definitely agree with you. The problem is I think G2 has more firepower than Na'Vi has right now. Simple as it is, I think G2 have more strings to play off. Simple, of course, if he plays up to the level he did yesterday against Astralis, if he plays like he's been doing throughout the playoff, then it's going to be hard to stop Na'Vi. So I'm not going to count them out, but just looking at the two teams so far at IEM Katowice 2020, I think G2 has been looking like the better prepared team. That being said, though, as you said in the pregame as well, Na'Vi is growing game after game. It's getting better and better every time they enter the server. So if that's the case in the final as well, G2 definitely is going to have their hands full. But I think G2 has enough firepower to deal with Na'Vi.
Now, the craziest part is, if you look at both of these paths into this grand final, there have been some dismemberments of teams that you would probably put over each of these teams. And that is the scariest thing that these teams have in their arsenal.
Yeah, look, that Astralis performance yesterday from Na'Vi, like we said it once, we'll say it again, that is the biggest dismantling of Astralis that has ever happened since Megas joined that roster, right? Then on the other side of things, the way that G2 splashed into the tournament, they made a statement straight away by taking down that of 100 Thieves. You're going into this map right now with Nuke. I think that, look, the CT side of Na'Vi, it's going to come out strong. They're going to ride that momentum from yesterday.
Let's ride this momentum into a joyous occasion, a momentous moment right here as we look at Nuke and we look to crown a champion at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice 2020. Your first commentary pair is going to be Henry and Alex.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I am just so ready for this one. G2 Esports, Na'Vi, it's grand finals, and we're in Katowice. No crowd, I don't care. I'll be making all the noise. And we're ready to jump straight into the first round of a best-of-5 final. It could be a marathon. Kenny says this is going to be a long one, Henry. It's time to see if he's right.
I'm so hyped as well, Alex. Here we go then. Some carnage in Katowice, a best-of-5 grand final, and the skill on the server could not be higher. We'll start on the T side for G2 as their map pick. We've got a couple of smokes and the slow entrance towards lobby here. Amanek, he has a P250. He's been boosted towards outside, going to be dropping a flashbang as they make their way towards main entrance. There's the first smoke to take some vision away. And in terms of the CT setup, they're mainly focusing towards the upper bomb site here. Simples towards heaven. Perfecto watching the hut. It's a very passive hold from Na'Vi.
Has been given a lot of freedom, and he'll be crossing towards Secret alongside Amanek. So they hold hands and skip merrily towards the lower side of this map. That Z-axis does cause problems for the CTs. We've been talking about that a lot throughout this map, so keep your eyes on that. That unknown entity, did they cross, is always a question they'll find themselves asking.
Well, here we go then, and some access towards the lower bomb site. Bear in mind, there are no defuse kits on the Na'Vi side here. They come with 5 sets of Kevlar. That means they need plenty of headshots, but if anything to go by as yesterday, they've got plenty of that in reserve. We will see. With 1 minute left on the clock, 1 smoke remaining. Vent presence here. Looks like maybe an upper split from the vent. Simple to open things up.
Oh, and Amanek's going to be jiving straight out of those vents. It's about contact. Simple, keeping him busy. Amanek retreats straight up towards the top site, and he can apply pressure to Boomich. But on the site, he's taken 2 already. Boomich leading by example. A triple kill to start off the grand final, and Na'Vi convert 1-0. We start with a CIS and CT round.
Solid hold there from Na'Vi as Boomich once again, an absolute rock on the bomb side floor. He manages to find 3 kills there, and they didn't stand a chance. He's just ducking and weaving around the silo. You can see he's got his teammate above him in the form of Perfecto as well. He's taking all the covering fire and all the shots coming in his way. No one's even shooting at Boomich at this point. He's enjoying himself out there. It's a big, big start for Na'Vi, and no bomb planted, more importantly for G2. Means it's the full eco here. Just a P250 brought into round number 2. That's about it. And in terms of Na'Vi, they've got a couple of SMGs, knowing the AKs are coming out in the third. Kenny thought about trying to hit down the vent, but is quickly dissuaded there by the quick incendiary. As we'll see the first kill potentially come through now. Boomich can be challenged here, maybe in trouble. Amanek, with the only P250 available there, will be dispatched of.
We typically talk about rotting the clock in rounds like this, but it does seem like G2 have other plans and good damage inflicted. Boomich is slight inquisition towards outside, and however, the issue has been fully resolved. There was electronic to respond to the ticket. Tapping away, he even finds Kenny's head before he goes down. So just Jax, a Glock, and no health. We will see round 2 go the way of Na'Vi, a clean conversion.
Yeah, only 1 player going down. It was one of the rifles, I believe, the FAMAS of Electronic. So that should be recovered at this point. We'll see, though, as MP9's been upgraded. But here come the AK-47s and, of course, those Kriegs as well. They could afford the AWP. Kenny S has exactly enough for an AWP in the 3rd round here. That being glass cannon, though. Might be worth on a map like Nuke, you never know. Here's the replay from Electronic. You'll see plenty of this action. It's a good way to shut down those outside approaches. No AWP spotted. And it will be the AK for Kenny S. And what has G2 got up their sleeve here? It's one of those rounds where they have quite the advantage up against the SMGs. Bonus situation for Na'Vi. Do they want to change things up? Do they want to try and go for a lobby crunch, perhaps? Time will tell as we send 3 players towards outside for G2. Decent grenade to kick things off, though. There's a little bit of damage towards Amanek as they deploy the initial smokes. And to get himself in towards the main roof.
It's interesting that they're conditioning them with the aggressive CT smoke towards red. They're throwing that very early and not using it. Chances are they'll be throwing that later in the piece and putting bodies behind it. It's all about suggestion. Nade off the door and a smoke in response from the CTs. Boomich planning to keep them at arm's reach for another 15. Shaves time off the clock. Plenty where that came from, though.
We saw plenty of ridiculous antics from Flamey towards the ramp from yesterday. The Galil Ace comes to mind. This time with even lesser weaponry. The MP9 in hand. Can't really go for multiple kills there, but getting 1 or 2 and going down would be absolutely ideal. Looks like they're posturing towards the ramp from his Hunter. Waits for an opportunity towards main entrance. There's a player directly beneath him. That's going to be Electronic.
There's no way Electronic doesn't move after that smoke fades. It's Flamey, though. He was phenomenal in holding this position, and for now, this is a good response from G2. Molly off the response from Simple. Boomich, however, has given Na'Vi the opening first blood.
Here we go then. Towards lower they go. Flamey looking to get 1. Manages to stay alive as well. He's still active here. He wants to find a bit more. This is great from Boomich as he'll rotate through. He's absolutely everywhere on the map right now. Jax, he pulls one back with low HP Flamey as well. He just wants to hide, but he does get another dink off. That's fair enough. They go down to a 3 versus 1. Jax, they know exactly where he is, and Flamey's confirmed that significant damage has been inflicted here. He needs to try and get the bomb down for the extra money here, but won't be able to pull that one off. Goes to the open plant. Bomb goes down, but should be taken care of by Electronic there. Nice round from Na'Vi. That's a massive Massive win. Can't stress that enough. They enter with 2 SMGs. They're going to leave with AK-47s, an M4 as well, and 3 healthy players with residual utility.
MP9s and Na'Vi, we complimented Boomich's long-range bursts.
Yes,
We're seeing Flamey do something similar. These guys have clearly put in the hours necessary to make these cheap weapons pack a punch versus the full buy.
Not quite a maximum loss bonus yet, but still another buy available with the bomb going down. It puts them about $4,000 per player. Do they want to fully invest into this one? It doesn't seem to be the case. Desert Eagles, Kevlar being brought out. Here's the replay of Boomix grabbing that first kill towards Hunter. He's going to be instrumental into the success of G2. So nice to keep him shut down, keep him quiet. They're trying to close things out. That bomb to get planted, but they choose not to buy. We talked about Amanek 10, and they'll be bringing that out here in round number 4. So outside smoke's available to them. They're going to be looking for a vent dive here potentially. We'll see if it works out. It's going to be spotted by Boomage, and he takes care of it. No problem whatsoever, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a degree of confidence to go for a fight like that here in the grand finals. Wins it cleanly, and already it's looking pretty bleak for the G2 half buy. Losing their one wild card of the Mac 10 armor as well. Amanek's gone already.
Yeah, it was a very nice deep incendiary there. Made sure there was no chance of retreat. A team kill comes through. It's a little bit unfortunate, but they do bring one back at least. Jack's down to 50 points of health. They still have the smoke available. They recover the AK-47 now. Can Kenny S do anything with this? He has got Kevlar to go with it. Ideally, another plan would be great, but that looks unlikely at this stage with Boomage. Once again, just seems to be everywhere on the map. 4-on-1. Kenny S has to try and pick up this bomb now. He's down on the ramp, and they're fine to let him recover that. That's not a bomb site, of course. He'll need to go a lot further than this to actually get close to a bomb site.
And the headshot angles from ramp room into lower site is it's so punishing. Electronic will connect and find his first of round 4 secured, and yet to see G2 get off the starting mark. Henry, we've cast a lot of Nuke over the course of Academy.
We have.
What's your current read on the T to CT leaning? Because we know previously, like 2019 as it closed out, we were like, holy shit, Shazam, Creeks are changing this map.
Sure.
Now we have started to see more and more CT sides start to solve this riddle once again.
Yeah, I think it's the variation of the defaults. The outside smokes and the T sides being able to suggest they're going out there with either the deeper smokes towards main entrance and garage or the classic ones towards secret. CTs now are working out how to shut that down. I think Boomage especially has solved that riddle, especially if you look towards that lower bomb side. We've seen it so many times. It was watch the angle, hold an incendiary out and buy time. Maybe drop a smoke, drop the incendiary, and just make sure there's rotations available for the CTs. Instead of giving them lower control and scrambling, trying to retake it, you've got one player that can control the whole thing with very useful utility. So that's what it's all about at this point. Boomage is very good at it, so watch out for that. As we get into round number 5, we do have a Kenny S AWP, Baron helmets, might have a knock-on effect against these 3 M4s that are out. It's the outside smokes to be deployed early though. They are going to try and get Hunter down quickly towards Secret. We'll see if he can make it. CT's throwing the incendiary to block a smoke, but still it lands. And they'll get a couple of players down here. Potentially he spots him.
Simple holds that line. We saw him actually connect yesterday where he just waits for them to jump across. He's jumping across his teammate's spray, but he gets another the queue to put his crosshair in the right place. Not connecting today, and round 5 looking good for the T side. G2 starting to congregate.
So here's the smoke I talked about from Boomix. See, they've got so many numbers down there now, but what they do with it, they can't push through that smoke. They have to respect it, and now they're going to have to dump utility, not knowing numbers on the other side. Boomix to be tested now. Sees a couple crossover, but if they see him, M4, not the ideal weapon for this job. Going to rotate back towards Squeaky and feign the fact he's gone through the door.
I love it. Mind games, and he's got the front Amanek. Another one perhaps on the chopping block. Flamey. It's a hard shot to hit, and instead his attention drawn between 2 different options. A double kill available for him. But for now, the advantage remains in his hands. G2, they're in no rush, and Hunter, that could be enough of a catalyst. Into the site they flood.
Bomb goes down, simple hits, a great shot there. Electronics at the scene of the crime as well. They're starting to flood in towards the lower bomb site. Just Hunter remains, 35 seconds on the clock, and the bomb couldn't be in a worse position for him. Has to try and recover it and fend off 3 angry CTs on the other side. They're playing a very disciplined game as well. They're allowing him to have the bomb, knowing he can't get towards upper, and he needs to get a quick kill here. I think he has simple, no problem. That's a kill in the back that he should be able to pick up here. He's gone right past him. I can't believe it. He didn't check it. That's insane.
What's going on? Oh, he's going to see him now, and he gets the frag, doesn't rush it. Boomich is on decom with 10 seconds left. If Hunter plays this right, if Boomich overextends, he's going to hold it, and that's a free frag for Na'Vi. Door open. Oh, you rascal, Boomich! Oh, you cheeky monkey. That's another one for Na'Vi.
The mind games from Boomich. He's playing a perfect game. Yeah, he did it twice in 1 round. They were chasing him towards decon. He suggested he's gone towards the bomb side there, but opening and closing the door, everyone would assume he's just displaying some self-preservation there. He wants to tuck himself in the side, but no, ready and willing to fight. He does it twice to deny the plant as well. Hunter did a great job to get a few frags here. It was fortunate that didn't come back and bite him in the arse walking past Simple there, but absolutely fine in the end. 5-0 for Na'Vi. This is looking great, and this is the pick of G2 as well. Bear that in mind.
2 timeouts already. They are burning through them, and that is quite a ridiculous number. Look at the top right of your screens, ladies and gentlemen. Average damage per round, that is what the acronym stands for. 200 from Boomich, and I feel like this is just another day in the what's the expression? Walk in the
Day in
park?
the office?
Another day in the office? Yeah, I was
Yeah.
combining the two. Another day in the park.
Day in the
It's
park.
another day in the park for Boomich, and I'll tell you now, he has had absolutely zero shift in his performance with this grand final, semi-final, all of that fluff. He doesn't care. He's just there for the victory in game.
Well, I'm glad you asked me as to why Na'Vi's CT side can be so good and how they shut down those outside approaches. It's down to Boomich, honestly. As we go for the bend dive here, Hunter makes it down successfully with the sword-off shotgun, no less. You don't see that too often these days. Bit of a roll back to 2015, and we'll see whether he can make it work. So they'll be aware of a potential drop towards the Vensive, but what's the reaction? In terms of CD presence towards lower, we have got Flamey with the Krieg in hand now. Simple spots a couple towards the ramp, and he still wants to fight. Of course he does. He'll find 2. Flamey now with the Krieg as